Hello, my dears, my nice-hearted listeners, and a very special welcome to my powerful Capricorns. So glad you're here.
It is so good to be here. And for Capricorns, this is a big one.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because looking at the sky this month, December isn't just, wrapping up the year. It feels like it's laying down the literal foundation for the next, 2.5 years of your life.
That's absolutely right. We are not talking about fleeting influences here. Whether you're a sun Capricorn or an ascendant Capricorn, you are standing at the threshold of a huge energetic shift.
A massive one.
It's all about clearing out the past and then immediately activating this really serious, disciplined ambition that's meant to secure lasting success.
Oh, and on that note, my honeys, can I just say, be sure to follow your rising sign, darling. It is so very important. The ascendant is your compass for how you actually start things, and December is all about starting things.
It absolutely is. So to give you a roadmap, we really have to look at this chronologically, because before all that high-octane energy shows up mid-month, you have some pretty critical prep work to do.
Okay, yes, the necessary audit. Let's start there.
Okay.
The first week, December 1st to the 7th, it feels like it's all about the people around you, the social architecture.
Yes, exactly. Social dynamics and your most important agreements are paramount. Capricorns are usually these amazing architects of their lives, but sometimes even the best architect has to check the foundations.
Right.
So this week brings major developments in relationships. The good news is that reliable support is really highlighted. It's a prime time to finally resolve old misunderstandings that have just been lingering.
In partnerships, both personal and professional, right?
Both. And it's not just about fixing problems. It's about identifying and really valuing the people you can truly rely on. They aren't just your friends or colleagues right now.
No, they're like your future patrons, your board of directors for the empire you're about to build.
That's a perfect way to put it. They hold the goodwill, the resources, the insights you're going to need. It connects perfectly to the full moon on December 5th.
Ah, okay. The moment of illumination.
Exactly. And this one spotlights your career. It demands a really thorough, almost ruthless audit.
Ruthless. Ooh.
Yes. Maximize your strengths and eliminate the weaknesses. That means the contracts, the habits, even the people that are fundamentally holding back your long-term progress. It's about securing that strong base before you pour the concrete.
Which makes the next week, December 8th to the 14th, makes so much sense. Because that's when the clearing gets, physical and practical. The advice is literally clear your environment.
It means removing anything that represents stagnation. Old clutter, outdated agreements you've signed, plans that no longer serve your primary ambition.
So what happens if you don't? If you resist?
Well, the sources say if something needs to leave your life, it's going to become painfully obvious. Resisting it will just create friction you absolutely do not need for the marathon you're about to run.
So if a situation just suddenly feels impossible, that's the universe basically screaming, cut the cord,
Yeah.
even if it feels jarring.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that goes hand in hand with the intense conversations that are happening. They have to be intense because that's what brings clarity.
You're seeing the bigger picture.
Right. You're seeing past the daily grind and figuring out where you need to be in 6 months, in a year, and you're using your authority to defend your interests.
Oh.
If a contract or a workplace dynamic is in the way,
Termination is on the table.
it becomes a likely and frankly a necessary outcome.
Okay. So we've done the audit. We've cleared out the deadwood. We've strengthened our alliances. We are ready for the main event.
Yes. Now we shift gears. The cardinal quadrant takeover. This is where it gets really interesting and where that 2.5-year timer officially starts.
Let's do it.
From the week of December 15th, Mars, the planet of action, passion, and, fighting spirit, enters your sign. And the duration is what's absolutely crucial. Mars stays in Capricorn until January 24th of 2026.
2.5 years. Wait, that's not a transit. That is a whole corporate strategy.
Exactly. And Mars is exalted in Capricorn. For anyone not deep in the jargon, that just means Mars, that raw, decisive energy, is working at its absolute peak efficiency.
Because it's paired with Capricorn discipline and structure.
Yes. It's the difference between firing a scattergun of ideas and, precision engineering a sustainable plan for a rocket ship.
Wow. So that feeling of resistance or just the sheer effort it takes to get things moving, that's replaced by kind of almost scary level of stamina.
Scary is a good word for it. The core effect is this massive surge of determination, resilience, and the fighting spirit you need to win. And these aren't minor skirmishes. You're entering battles now that can fundamentally make you a winner.
And those wins will just keep developing.
By inertia. For the next 30 months, think of it like a huge infrastructure project. The focused energy you put in now determines the stability of the entire system you're building between now and 2026.
That's a phenomenal commitment of energy, though. How do you avoid burnout or becoming too rigid with that kind of pressure?
That's why the clearing phase was so critical. You've already removed the drains. The key now is to make sure the goals you set are meaningful, not just ego-driven. If you initiate high-quality goals now, the inertia is positive.
But if you initiate, like, petty fights,
You might find yourself stuck in them for the next few years. The universe is handing you the shovel. You decide if you're digging for treasure or digging yourself into a hole.
and the power just keeps coming. Because then, on Sunday, December 21st, the solstice happens, and the sun moves into Capricorn to join Mars.
Now you have a massive energy cluster. The sun is your life force, your ego. Mars is your drive. When they get together in your sign, it's like you're being fully recharged.
You can take center stage.
And initiate without apology. It gives you the confidence, the profile boost, everything. It's the ultimate green light to crystallize those long-term goals.
Okay, so in the middle of all this high-powered action, we have the new moon on December 20th, and this one looks a little complicated.
It is subtle, but it's very effective.
Yeah.
The new moon itself is in your 12th house, which deals with hidden things, unresolved issues, the past, old self-sabotaging habits, lingering disputes.
The dusty attic of the mind.
Exactly. And for rising Capricorns, this activates a really deep internal review that will powerfully affect your first house, your actual identity, and how people see you.
So it's forcing that unresolved stuff out into the open so we can deal with it using all this new, powerful Mars energy.
That's it. The sources call it a final opportunity to handle old matters. This is your last chance to guide those developments in your favor before that 2.5-year path really locks in.
And the outcomes of this new moon don't show up until 2026.
Around January 2026, yes. So whatever conflict or blockage you tackle now, you're setting the terms for its resolution for the entire next cycle.
I did notice, though, that this period can feel a bit sensitive. Like you might feel more introspective or lack confidence, which is like huge contrast to all that Martian fighting spirit. Why the dip?
Because the 12th house forces a reckoning. You're shedding an inner skin, and that's always a tender process. You're juggling this outward determination with confronting these really deep insecurities.
So you might be a little blunt in conversations.
You might be unintentionally wounding, yeah, because your internal focus is just so lasered in on the truth, even if it hurts.
So how do you navigate that without derailing the whole launch?
You look to Mercury. It's linking brilliantly with Pluto around this time, and it's also in your 12th house. That suggests the clarity you need won't come from aggressive action. It comes from deep thought.
Reading, journaling.
Talking to someone you absolutely trust, yes. That introspection is the key to letting go of the old blockages that would stop you from grabbing the prize. You're actively learning from the past to avoid repeating old mistakes.
The ultimate disciplined reflection. I love it. So after all this intense work, what are the rewards for our hardworking Capricorns?
The rewards are tangible and material, which is so satisfying for this sign. We're talking bonuses, promotions, real recognition. Many Capricorns could receive a reward for their efforts, especially in that week of December 8th to the 14th.
Oh, the timing is just delicious. The universe pays you for clearing the decks right before it hands you the next massive assignment.
Exactly, a little cosmic severance package for the old you. And it all just reinforces that big story, setting the definitive 2.5-year trajectory.
The mandate is clear, my nasty birds. Use this high initiative period to materialize those long-term dreams. The infrastructure you build now has to last until early 2026.
And the powerful energy from Mars in your sign gives you the strength, the influence, and the clarity you need to transform your environment and secure that success. It's intense, but the results are durable.
My sweet Capricorns, the winter sky has handed you the blueprints for your magnificent future. Now go build that glorious empire, darling, brick by disciplined brick.
Your biggest challenge isn't the effort. It's trusting the process enough to let go of what needs to end.
And if you want to know what fabulous chaos is cooking up for the other signs, stick around. We're just getting warmed up.
There's a lot happening out there.
There is. And if this deep dive gave you the fierce clarity you needed to start building, let us know in the comments what piece of the past you are finally terminating, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another moment of celestial sparkle.